Getting things done is hard. The constant stream of new information and ideas, coupled with the need to sift through it all without letting it overwhelm you, can make getting anything done a challenge. At times like these, it can feel like we're battling laziness rather than just being human and having limits on our ability to process information at one time or another. It's easy to get frustrated, or even worse, give up entirely. Stoicism has something to say about this struggle between working towards our goals and the temptation of doing nothing, and letting things slip away. That's not necessarily a bad thing though. Instead, let's take a look at how Stoicism might be able to help us in that fight against laziness so we can stay productive, no matter what lies in wait for us around the corner. The word laziness tends to get thrown around a lot these days, but what does it actually mean? The word comes from the Latin laxus, meaning removed or relaxed. If we dig a little deeper, it seems that often when we talk about laziness, we're really just talking about a lack of motivation. Motivation is an extremely tricky thing to pin down. It's complicated by the fact that, at least in public, you never want to show your hand or give away your trump card. Everyone has a different idea of what motivates them. Some people are very goal-focused and need some external goal set for them beyond the desire for their own satisfaction. Others don't really need anything external at all. In either case, it's important to realize that motivation is not an either-or kind of thing. It's something that we should be aiming for as a constant, not just when it suits us. Take this advice on motivation from the famous Stoic Seneca. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. One of the great things about Stoicism is that it doesn't tell you to just relax and let your life pass you by. Instead, it encourages taking a long-term approach to getting things done. It's easy to get distracted by new ideas and shiny objects, but forget the bigger picture. Stoics remind us that to become truly productive, we need to commit to the long haul. We need to focus on what we can control right now and take the long view to make ourselves better in the long run. That doesn't mean that you should sit around waiting for things to happen. You still need to work towards your goals, but you need to do so with a sense of perspective and a desire to improve yourself and your situation in the long run. Great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius has given us this recommendation on staying motivated. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. There are a lot of reasons why it can be difficult to stay balanced and productive. We know that the world is changing at a pace we've never seen before, and that we're all facing a lot of uncertainty and upheaval. We're all busier than ever, but finding time to make sure that we're not just coasting can be difficult. The constant stream of new ideas and information can be overwhelming. We may not be able to process them all at once. We may have to prioritize some things over others. Sometimes we may have to ask ourselves if we're even interested in the things we're spending our time on. So, how can we fight laziness and be productive? There are a few things that you can try to help you stay on track. First, make a list. A daily list is a great way to help you stay focused. Once you have it, try to look at it every day to make sure that you're not letting things slip through the cracks. This can help with two things. First, it will remind you to make sure that you're working on the things that you should be, rather than just letting them get pushed to the bottom of the pile. Second, it will help you to stay mindful of just how much time you're spending on the things that aren't important. Next, be realistic. Be realistic about the amount of time that you can spend on any given project. Try to keep a sense of proportion in your approach. If you want to write, but you only have 10 minutes to spare between other tasks, then maybe you should invest that time in something else. Lastly, identify your goals. Think about what are you trying to get out of your work. What do you want to learn? Don't just aim to have information, be interested in it too. With curiosity comes growth and progress, and you can get those things if you're interested. Here is what the founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, has to say about how to be motivated to end laziness. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. One of the most important things that you can do is to just be honest with yourself about what you can realistically get done. Know your limits. Try to be realistic and honest about what you can actually handle right now. You might be surprised at what you can and can't manage. If you feel like you need to hire someone to help you get something done, don't do it just to pretend that you've done it. Take the time to actually figure out what you can handle and what you need to delegate. Put things on your to-do list. Making a list of everything that you can do on your to-do list. This is a great way to prevent things from falling off your radar. Put everything on your list and make sure that you're keeping an eye out for things that might have been forgotten. This is a great way to stay on top of your work and not let things get forgotten. If you're finding that you don't have nearly as much time to do the things that you'd like to get done, that you're letting things fall through the cracks, or that you're just too busy for everything, then you probably need to make some changes in your life and your schedule. Making time for what's important is the key to staying productive and being happy with your life. With a little bit of creativity and a lot of effort, you can make time for what's important in your life and get the things that you want to get done.